Okay, another day of garbage can news. Some more observations. I know a few of you are asking, in particular, on these next couple topics I'm going to bring up. And today is a good day as far as the captions that are out there. The word hush money. Now, it's always in the captions. That's if you're digging, you're going to find this to be a simplistic way to see what's coming down the tracks, in the tracks nearby. Hush money. Well, first of all, money equals 72. That is the completion of the JEW, Satanic Cabal. Okay? It's no coincidence. That's why it's covered in spells. I do strongly suggest you rebuke it before you touch it and give it to anyone at this point. Or always. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, and I'm not here to offend anyone necessarily in this certain area, but Scripture is very clear in Matthew about money. And there are other scriptures that are very clear about the money. Christ, when they asked him, they said, Caesar wants us to pay him more money. And he says, well, whose face is on it? You have to keep in mind, he's mocking them. Pure mockery. Okay? They just told him who wants them to pay more money. And he says, well, whose face is on it? Bring me a coin. He's already been there long enough to definitely know whose face was on it. He's playing stupid along with them to show them and to show us that are digging what's really happening here. So they bring him a coin. And then he says, okay, well, whose superscription is on it? And that means hidden meanings and writings. Nothing good. 100% satanic. Okay, in God we trust is not our God whatsoever. And I know people believe that it's the love of money that is evil, but money is evil itself. We are not to have a graven image. We have to connect these scriptures. Can't cherry pick this stuff. Do I use money? Yes, I am trying very hard not to. And when I do, I rebuke it before I touch it or give it to anyone. And that doesn't make it necessarily okay. I'm taking it that far and have for years. So you have the hidden meanings and superscriptions on it. Like I said, that's hidden meanings and writings. And there aren't scriptures written on there, okay, that you can't see, but there are other things that you cannot see. And they said, what he said after that, give Caesar what is Caesar's. That doesn't mean give him a portion of it. It means give him that coin back. And give God what is God's. It's very cut and dry to me, always has been. And that's not the only example that ties it into money. We are not to touch any graven image or to have one. All money is a graven image. It is put on a press and a print via graven images of those presses. Men's faces. Floating eyeballs with triangles around them. You name it. Every coin, every piece of paper, every plastic credit card, and that's why it's called credit card, by the way. That's CC. It's always in the initials, CC, credit card. That's 33, and 3 and 3 is a 6. This is vastly deep, and we're trapped in it because how do you feed your family? How do you pay your bills, keep the heat on, right? Well, that is the whole point here. That's what has been done. Now, I do believe there's protection over us as we use it. I believe the Lord definitely understands that we have to have food and water and shelter, and that we're in a trap. But to be able to recognize it and rebuke it, take the duties off of it, is entirely feasible, in my opinion. And that's what I do with everything. And you got to keep in mind, these words are not just one word. Coin. Everything. Well, that's just one word. No. CO stands to con. That's why you have contractors, contract. And I'm not saying contractors are conning you, but it's to con you into a contract with the contractor. I have been called that all my life doing jobs, but have never claimed it. It's what comes out of our mouths that defile us. So, with that said, the graven image thing, it says in God we trust, and it has men's faces on it. That's an instant stop right there. That is right there. And there are many other scriptures that connect this statement that I'm making. And let's face it, what is it? A coin and a piece of paper. It has no value. And they really showed that, like on the old wheat pennies. Remember the wheat pennies? You'll still see them once in a while. We are the wheat, right? Well, what's mixed in there on that? On the other side of that is a head. Lincoln's head on a copper cent. That's why you have a copper head there, okay? The head of Lincoln, and it's a copper coin, makes a copper head. A copperhead snake. There are snakes in with the wheat, the tares, okay? It's not the 1 cent, ONECENT. It's the 1 SENT. He's been sent. Now, they finally took those away because they can only leave that stuff out there in the wide open for so many years until they realize people are going to catch on to it. So keep that in mind with the coins. And I forget where I started with here. The news. Oh, okay. So 10 days before he gets into office, they're making sure you hear that word 10. 10 days, 10, 10, all the time it's a 10. That is to get you to say 10. Our number system only has numbers 1 through 10 in it. No matter how big of a number you write down, you're using numbers from 1 through 10. To find that fact, you add up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way to 10, you'll get 55. That just happens to be 10 again. 5 and 5. That is the satanic circle. That is the trap. That's why everything we have has a number on it. Like your lie, sins, plate. Yes, I hesitated in there to try to let you hear what's really there. They give you these words, but that's not what's coming out of our mouths. You have a marriage lie, sins. It's a lie and it's sins. It was given to you by man, not God. If that makes sense. I'm sure it does to you all. That's why you have to have a license to get a license. And it's covered in what? Numbers 1 through 10. It's just that cut and dry. Excuse me. Now on the hush money, that's the big caption, right? Let me see if I can remember what that added up to. Oh, money was the 72. That's the cabal completion of numbers. And hush was 29, if I'm not mistaken. So you add those two together, okay? You're going to get 128. Now here's where it may seem a little bit tricky, but it's not. So you have 128. What does that mean? Drop those down in letters. 128 is ABH. That means actual body harm. So that's what's on the tracks. Now, I am not right every single time, but I'm not far from the target. Usually it's pretty much right on there. And no credit to myself, I have prayed and prayed for many, many years to be able to see through this garbage. And it started as a child because I have always hated money. I've seen what it does to people. I've even seen what it has done to me. I've had plenty of it at some points in time in my life, and I do not want to be there again. Can it help others? Yes, I'm not saying that it can't. The average person, money is a bad thing. The average person, it's a very bad thing for them to have an excessive amount of money. So, with that said, back to the hush money. That's the whole thing. And the Stormy Daniels is in there again. So that's just, the calm right now before the Stormy Daniels. And that is not a woman, by the way. Yeah, that's not a woman. So hush money and the 128. Now you take those, like I said, and just drop them down and you'll find out the acronym, the initials. The initials are strong. And they most always do them in threes because it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Why? Because 1, 2, and 3 is a 6. That's why they call it a charm. The word charm has the letter C and then harm. Okay? Do not have any charms about you. Okay? The letter C is a 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, 6. So you have 6 harm. Unfortunately, this language is nothing but a satanic pile of rubbish. There's no other way to put that. And, pray against, no weapon formed will ever prosper against us. And that includes our language, sigils, things given backwards, forwards, whispered over us, past, present, and future. We are definitely protected. I am not saying that. But there's a reason he said to have wisdom. To be as wise as serpents, gentle as doves. Why would you have to be as wise as they are? To stay out of the harm's way. Do you see harm? See, harm is charm. We're living in a realm that literally is induced and circulates down the rabbit hole into the pits via spells. And it's not anything greatly intellectually deep or I don't know what else to say for it. Once you see what's going on, it's like a half-wit has done it. It really is. It's like an Elon scum has done it. I mean, like, you can tell when he talks, he's not really, altogether there. That's why when he does talk, you'll see the film break many times because they have to retaking it so he can keep talking. They're not in control. They are puppets. Most of them are not even human. Some of them are, but they're just half-wits. What's in control in here over these people and over the masses are the fallen angels. And there's many of them, and they have a bloodline here. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, you can always feel free to leave a comment. And if I can answer you, I will. And of course, the comments are being tampered with, as they are on all channels right now that actually have some real truth to them.